Afternoon, just a bit of a catch up on what I've done with the aquaponics today. I thought I'd start under the house to show you where the power is going to come from. There's a power point on the other side of that in the laundry for the washing machine and the power board that runs the AP setup. So there's a power point in there, and when we moved in we got another power point put in the pantry for the fridge and freezer. So I'm going to see if the Sparky can run another line from that up, down into some conduit that I'm going to get on payday. Through here it'll join up with a new water pipe in the same trench or whatever you want to call it. Run underneath the concrete here down to the aquaponics setup. So been busy today. We made up the bed with some coach bolts on the sleepers, just plain down the top just to get rid of any rough splinters and edges, and I made a mistake. That's the fish tank for the constant heightened fish tank pump in sump tank. That's the sump tank. As you can see, the fish tank is slightly lower than the grow bed at the highest. Well, that's just sitting there. We just put it there for effect today. I was supposed to have that buried in to the base of those sleepers, which is 200 mil, 20 centimeters, 8 inches ish. So that is supposed to be 20 centimeters lower. This here will be sitting on 1 to 2 Bessa bricks as we can get more, and the soil / compost little construction's on hold anyway until this is done. So the fish tank will sit on 1 to 2 of them, will drain into the grow bed there. The grow bed will then drain into the sump, and the sump tank will have a pump to pump it back up to the fish tank. I was contemplating joining 2 tanks together and having one as a fish tank and as a yabby tank, as I've said in other clips. Changed my mind, but I decided not to, mainly because if something goes wrong with the plumbing or the pump float doesn't work properly, the float switch on the pump doesn't work properly, we're quite likely we could lose our yabbies and or fish. So I figured this way it's a lot better. The worst that can really happen is the yabby tank can pump dry, but the fish will always have a constant height of water in there. So I think the fish are a little bit more important. The yabbies are a bit of fun. I like to eat them, but they're just a bit of fun really. Fish is the main workhorse of the system. So anyway, that's what's going to happen. I've got a pipe bench my father gave me. It was just out of an old workshop. It's just been stripped down. Well, it was a pipe rack actually. I'm just going to sit that from there, straddle the sleeper, and it'll sit here. So we've got room to put 2 more grow beds as the system expands, plus some duckweed will go live underneath. I've actually got this compost tea, worm cast compost tea. That's actually the duckweed I'm trying to grow on some compost tea, just to see if I can get a kickstart for the system. So that's pretty much where we're up to. There's a couple of other little things. We pulled a potato bag. Insert photo here. Not a massive harvest, but I think it was time. They've been in there for 17 plus weeks I think now, so there's enough for some chips tonight. Nice little haul, or wedges. With the gravel, I'm keeping some out to one side, and I've got it in this water here, which is top-up water for the AP system. I tested the pH in it and it was high 7s, so I threw this gravel in here and we'll see how it goes, see how the pH changes over the week. I rearranged and made a few little modifications. I'll just show you on top too. Got broccoli seedlings sprouting, so I'll just wait for this siphon to finish. I moved things around a bit. I don't know how well this is going to pick up. The pump is now by itself. The pipes are there. No yabbies can be seen, don't think. But anyway, I just moved it around. Seemed rather pointless having the cage over the pump and the yabbies were crawling through the little pipe hole anyway. That was more for the fish. So it's over there now all by itself, just as a little bit of a hidey hole for them. I've actually got some more terracotta pot I want to put in here just to give them somewhere to hide. Yeah, so that's pretty much all that system, how it's going at the moment. Sorry, I'll just get back to the IBCs for a moment. I want to paint them green, so If anyone who's painted IBCs before could just let me know in the comments section below what type of paint you used. If you've done it, any tricks or pointers, that'd be great. So I don't really want to bury that until I get some paint, so maybe I won't be digging that out tomorrow. I need to think these things ahead a bit more, I think. So anyway, we'll see how we go. If I can't do that, I'll start digging a little trench for the conduit that I'm going to buy. So I'll stop rabbiting on now, sit down, have an ale and do the test. Have a good one. Right, I thought I'd finish, but I'll whack this bit on at the end because I have some good news. I'll go straight to the good news. I have my nitrite vial here, and my nitrite vial is showing between 1 and 2. The other day it was so dark, it was, yeah, really bad. So I did a water change as suggested, and I actually salted it again to 2 parts per 1,000 because I've done a few water changes. Just to show you on this one, sitting about 2 on the nitrates. The ammonia is pretty much well traced. I'd say between 0.25 and 0, and the pH is still sitting up there around about 8.2. So it's browner in real life. Yeah, so really happy with that. Can't complain whatsoever. Yeah, so I think it's cycled, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I think it's coming into finishing off the cycling of it, and which means all the bacteria are present and accounted for, and using everything up. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. So that is definitely it for the day. Have a great one. Catch ya.